Intro. The strongest support after 60 is not family, but the 5 pillars you build yourself. Most people grow up believing that aging well depends on family. We imagine our children visiting, our grandchildren filling our weekends, and our relatives providing help when life becomes harder. But modern research is challenging that long-held belief. In 2024, a team of Harvard Medical School researchers tracked 8,000 adults over the age of 60 for 15 years. Their discovery shocked the scientific community. The people who lived the longest, stayed the healthiest, and reported the highest life satisfaction were not the ones with the biggest families. They were the ones who intentionally built 6 independent pillars of support that kept them resilient, capable, and emotionally strong long into old age. These 6 pillars were 73% more predictive of healthy aging than family relationships alone. Even more incredible, the people who mastered all 6 showed biological markers of being up to 12 years younger than their actual age. Their telomeres were longer, their inflammation levels were lower, and their cognitive performance rivaled individuals decades younger. One of these pillars was even shown by Stanford scientists to literally rewire the brain and grow new neural pathways once believed impossible after middle age. If you are over 60 or love someone who is, this information can change the rest of your life. These pillars do not require perfect health, a big family, or luck. They can be built by anyone at any age. That is the beauty of them. You can start today exactly where you are. Pillar 5, physical health and physiological reserve. Your body does not age from use. It ages from lack of use. When most people think of physical health after 60, they picture long workouts or strict diets. But longevity science focuses on something far more important: physiological reserve. This refers to the backup power stored throughout your body. The more reserve you build, the better you age. The less you have, the faster you decline. A 2024 Johns Hopkins study revealed that older adults who built their physiological reserve experienced 38% fewer hospitalizations and recovered 50% faster from illness or injury. The most critical factor in this reserve is muscle mass. Muscles are not just for strength. They act as endocrine organs, sending out anti-inflammatory proteins and chemical signals that protect the brain, bones, immune system, and cardiovascular health. Seniors who maintain muscle mass have significantly lower rates of cognitive decline. This is because myokines, the molecules released by active muscles, directly nourish the brain. The good news is that muscle growth is possible at any age. Studies have shown strength gains of more than 100% in adults in their 70s and 80s when they engage in progressive resistance training. Another essential component is metabolic flexibility, which is your body's ability to switch between burning sugar and burning fat for energy. Most people lose this ability with age, leaving them tired and sluggish. Eating within an 8 to 10 hour window, known as time-restricted eating, has been shown to restore this flexibility, boost energy, and regulate blood sugar. Pillar 4, financial health. Peace of mind is one of the greatest forms of wealth you can build after 60. Financial stress is one of the most powerful accelerators of aging, not because money itself controls life satisfaction, but because insecurity elevates stress hormones, disrupts sleep, increases inflammation, and weakens emotional stability. Financial health after 60 is not defined by how much money you have. It is defined by how stable and predictable your financial life feels. Researchers describe financial resilience using 3 components. The first is diversified income. Older adults who rely on 3 small sources of income instead of 1 have far lower financial anxiety. It does not matter if these sources are modest: a pension plus part-time work plus dividends, Social Security plus rental income plus craft sales. What matters is the stability created through variety. The second component is consumption smoothing. This means adjusting spending gradually rather than suddenly cutting back during emergencies. Even reducing expenses by 2% each year preserves mental well-being, physical health, and a sense of control. Drastic changes shock the nervous system, while slow, intentional adjustments keep you stable. The third component is financial literacy acceleration. Learning for just 15 minutes a day about personal finance can increase wealth, reduce stress, and protect older adults from scams. Fraud targeting seniors has become a multi-billion-dollar problem worldwide, and improving financial knowledge lowers the risk dramatically. Being financially informed is not about becoming an expert. It is about being confident and alert. Pillar 3, social circle. A strong social circle can protect your life more than quitting smoking. Loneliness is one of the most dangerous conditions a person can face after 60. It harms health as severely as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. The Harvard Study of Adult Development, one of the longest-running studies in history, found that adults with strong social relationships lived significantly longer and healthier lives. But the key is not the number of people you know. It is the structure of your social convoy. The strongest social circles have 3 layers. The innermost layer contains your intimate companions, usually 2 or 3 people you can call in an emergency. These deep relationships lower inflammation, boost emotional stability, and protect the brain. The second layer includes sympathetic others. These are the people who share your interests, values, or hobbies. They might be part of your walking group, book club, religious community, or volunteer team. These connections provide encouragement, belonging, and identity. The outer layer includes peripheral ties. These are the light interactions that naturally brighten your day. A neighbor, a barista, a cashier, the friendly person who walks their dog at the same time as you. These simple exchanges activate parts of the brain responsible for social rhythm and mental stimulation. Pillar 2, sense of purpose. Purpose is the fuel that keeps both the mind and the body young. Purpose is not something reserved for the young. In fact, purpose becomes even more powerful after 60. Studies from Japan's blue zones, where people regularly live past 100, show that having a reason to wake up in the morning adds years to life expectancy. Purpose protects the brain by reducing the buildup of harmful proteins associated with cognitive decline. But purpose at this stage of life is different from the purpose of youth. It is not about ambition or achievement. It is about contribution. Psychologists call this generative purpose, the desire to create or give something that continues beyond you. This might be sharing wisdom, mentoring younger people, creating art, volunteering, or building community. Finding your purpose requires curiosity. You explore what you enjoy, what you are good at, and what you naturally care about. These three elements overlap to form a meaningful direction. Purpose strengthens memory, processing speed, emotional health, and overall well-being. Your purpose can and should evolve as you age. What inspired you at 60 may shift at 70. Life is a series of chapters, and each one can have its own mission. Purpose is not about having the right answer. It is about following what energizes you and brings meaning to your days. Pillar 1. Adaptability. Adaptability is the master skill that determines whether you survive aging or thrive through it. Adaptability is the most powerful pillar of all. It determines whether life's inevitable changes weaken you or strengthen you. People who score high in adaptability remain independent for nearly a decade longer than those who resist change. Their brains grow new neurons in the hippocampus, the area responsible for memory, learning, and emotional balance. Adaptability is built through three major practices. The first is novel challenge seeking. Doing something new, even something very small, stimulates neuroplasticity. Learning a new phone feature, trying a new recipe, taking a different route during your walk, or exploring a new hobby raises cognitive flexibility and protects the brain. The second practice is perspective flexibility. This means being willing to see a situation from multiple angles. You actively consider viewpoints that differ from your own. You challenge automatic assumptions. This practice expands your mental capacity and reduces emotional rigidity. The third practice is emotional adaptability. You accept what you cannot control and adjust what you can. You respond rather than react. This mindset reduces depression and anxiety and builds inner strength. Adaptability also includes planning. When you decide in advance how you will respond to obstacles, your mind does not panic when they appear. You simply follow your plan. Adaptability is not a personality type. It is a trained ability, and it can be developed at any age. Conclusion. You are not running out of time. You are entering your most powerful chapter. These 6 pillars form a strong foundation for thriving after 60. Emotional resilience protects your mind. Physical reserve protects your body. Financial stability protects your peace. Social connection protects your spirit. Purpose protects your direction. Adaptability protects your future. You do not need to strengthen them all at once. Choose one pillar and take the smallest possible step today. Write in an emotion journal. Add 2 minutes of movement. Learn one financial concept. Call someone you care about. Try something new. Volunteer for 1 hour. Make a tiny plan for tomorrow. Small actions stack into strength. Strength builds confidence. Confidence builds momentum. Momentum builds a new life. Aging is not a decline. Aging is an evolution. And the next version of you can be wiser, stronger, and more fulfilled than any version that came before. Your future self is waiting, and they are proud of you for beginning today.